All right. I know it's not a siren, but I can't help but to show this off. I also work on projectors in my spare time. But I recently sold this to a friend of a friend, and after about, I think, 2 months or so, they came back and said that it didn't work. And they sent pictures, and it had this big brown spot on it. And I was like, that's crazy. I've never seen it fail like that before. So I finally got it back today so I could take a look at it. And I knew I probably had some spare parts to fix it. So I wanted to see what happened to it. And I wanted to record what happened to it because it's insane. The damage is worse than I thought. I'm going to be straight up front. This overheated. This overheated so badly that it melted multiple things. And I'm going to be showing that. So here you have the power supply and the ballast board. And you have a speaker here. This is where the lamp goes. You flip it around on this model to change the lamp. You have the lamp exhaust and the power supply exhaust here. And then the air comes in here. On the light engine side, you have a big fat heat sink here, and you have a DMD, which is actually what this is. It makes a black and white image. The mirrors actually flip one way or another, depending on what the color wheel is doing, which this one has a big white section. I'll send another video of how a DLP projector works because it's interesting, but I don't really have a lot of time to show that. So first, here's the good parts. You can see this is my spare DMD and board for this. You can see how clear it is here. And then inside of the lens, you can see there's two lenses. I can get my flashlight and I can show. There's this lens here on the bottom, and then there's your main output lens that actually sends the picture out. So I'm gonna put the flashlight through here, which is, it's a pseudo bulb lamp. So you can see, let me flip the color wheel back to the white section. So it'll be white here. And you can see how the light goes through the light tunnel, bounces off, and bounces into this lens that focuses the light onto the DMD board itself. And then the DMD focuses the light either through the output lens or into another part of this lens to cancel that, to make it black. So this is my good one, and then this is my good DMD. So let me show the bad DMD. You can see how cloudy this is. And that's after I wiped it off. When I pulled it out, the whole top surface was cloudy. And it's hard to see, but the DMD itself is also cloudy. So there are UV coatings on these to protect the lamps, which I actually have the lamp here. Here's the lamp. It's a mercury lamp, arc lamp, and that shoots. You can see there's a UV block coating here, but there's also additional UV coatings on this component that it melted off of here. But what's more insane is the lens failure on this bad one. You can see that it actually melted this lens here. So when I got sent the pictures from the client, they just showed a big brown spot on the image. And I knew what happened at that point. I knew that this probably melted. I had never seen this failure in person. I knew it was a theoretical failure from overheating, but I never had seen it happen. So if I shine the light through here, you can see that it bounces and just goes right into that, and it just it's melted. It's just completely melted and bubbled up. Versus if I do it again, zoomed in on the good one, you can see there's just some dust on there, but it's pretty clean. So another thing that I noticed is the output lens. You can see it looks like water on there. And that's because, again, what happened is it melted this UV, it melted some coating off of the lens. Whereas if I move over to my good one, you can see that there's not that water look on it. There's just some dust. Which on a lamp is designed to shine past that dust. It's normal to have some dust on the inside and some dust on the DMD itself. I'm going to be cleaning these before I install them. As you can see, there's not really dust on this one, but there is. So I just need to clean this off. And I'll be cleaning the inside of here as well before I install it. But this happened for one reason, and the reason is that it got too hot. When you run these, you have to make sure that the exhaust, so this one, the exhaust is here on this side, and the intake is here on this side. So the airflow path is through it, straight through it. So you can't have this side blocked at all, and you really can't have this side blocked. So the way this has failed, I mean, I knew it was a theoretical failure, and when I ran it, when I first got it back, you know, the air that was coming out smelled so burnt. It was like, it smelled like somebody like smoked in it or something. But this has failed in such a way that there's no way this happened by just a random occurrence. This failed because it got too hot. So that's just an important lesson when you're running a projector. You need to have plenty of space around it. And this would have ramped its fans up if it was getting too hot, but it's not always good. There's only sensors. So you can see this white thing right here is actually a temperature sensor, and it's on where the lamp goes. And this projector model also has this front fan that blows straight into blows straight into that vent right here. And then that goes straight onto the tip of the arc tube. So this projector only has a temperature sensor right here on the lamp. It can't know what's going on inside of the lenses or the DMD or even the power supply. Some higher end models might, but most projectors don't. They just have one right here because that theoretically, or you know, this is what's creating all the heat, not anything else. I mean, yeah, the power supplies will make some heat, and the main board, which is right here, will also make some heat, but it's negligible versus the lamp, which is right here. So yeah, this failed by heat and heat only. You got to give these things some breathing room when you're running them, and be vigilant. Don't let them get too dusty. This one was clean when I sold it, and there is some dust in it, but it's still decently clean. I've seen way worse. But this failure is insane, and it's caused by heat, nothing else. It's not a random occurrence. It's from heat, and just, I'm glad I have these spare parts that I can fix this for them. But yeah, take care of your stuff, guys. Please take care of your stuff. I briefly wanted to expand on the temperature sensor. In the main video, I kind of lied a little bit saying that this is the only temperature sensor, because it's not. There is other temperature sensors around, because this will ramp its fans up when it detects that it is getting too hot. This sensor here isn't actually a sensor. This is a power. This will actually cut the power if it gets too hot. You can see there's only 2 wires that come off of it. And this will trip if it gets too hot around the lamp, and it will shut the lamp down. It'll shut the whole projector down, or it'll tell the main board to shut the projector down. There's only 2, you know, there's a power and a ground, you know, and this is, you know, sealed in a way here. So there is other temperature sensors in it that will ramp the fans up when it gets too hot, and it'll ramp them back down. This has like a low speed, like a slightly higher speed, and then it has like a high, you know, a very high speed. Newer projectors usually have more fan modes, and can dynamically adjust, where this one just has like 3 or 4 different modes for the fans. But Yeah, this is a power cutoff basically, and there are other temperature sensors. So just wanted to mention that. So I took apart the lens some more, and you can see how this kind of works. The light goes in through the light tunnel. It's on a yellow section on the color wheel right now. That color wheel spins. If I spin it, there's a red, there's a blue, there's a white, there's the green, there's the yellow, and it's back to red. Goes through that, filters the light into the colors, bounces off of this mirror, and goes through the shape lens. So you can see even this mirror got burned, and then the shape lens got completely melted and destroyed. Yeah, I thought I wanted to take apart this lens some more to see what it looked like, and this mirror's completely burned on, stuff's on and burned on it. And then obviously you can see the other side of that lens, you know, there, and it smells really bad. It's hard to get an angle on it. I'm sorry that the camera's a little shit, but yeah, it's bad, it's disgusting, it smells disgusting, and yep, just another angle of the melting. So it works. Unfortunately, they cleared the lamp hours, so I can't actually see how many hours it had, because I sold it at 751, and you're not supposed to clear the lamp hours unless you actually change the lamp in here, which is the same lamp. So they cleared it for some reason. Maybe they thought that would fix it, I don't know. But it does not fix that or that. But yeah, it works.